Welcome back, guys. Windy day today, but this is day 2 of working on the front splitter for the Evo. So I went to Bunnings the other day, picked up a few things, got an orbital sander and a router. Hopefully this helps me finish off the edge, but this hopefully is the right thing to help me clean up the rough cuts on the edge. But let me get this all set up and then see if this actually does the job. Alright, so I got the sander set up. 80 grit sandpaper. I actually bought a couple spare pads of different grits. Batteries on there. This is dust bag. This part where the dust bag goes in, actually looks like you can put a vacuum head into there, so I might do that. I don't have a dust mask, but you know, I'm working outside, so hopefully I don't breathe in too much of the sawdust. But let me clamp this all down and then we try to finish off this edge. Alright, so I've done a rough sand. It's better, but not perfect. Let me show you. Better. I don't know if you remember what it looked like before, but I don't know, that is a lot better. I kind of screwed myself. So this is one piece of 80 grit paper. I did buy extra, but like an idiot, bought the wrong ones. These aren't Velcro backed pads. These are for an angle grinder, I think. So I had all of these other grits, 120s, a 60 and 80, but I can't use it. Maybe I'll do it by hand, but that's how it's looking. Let me hit it with some more elbow grease, maybe by hand, and then finish it off with the orbital. But it's looking better, it's getting there. So it's still a bit rough around here, need to smooth all that out, but yeah, we are getting there. Alright, so quick update time. I've done half of it, 3/4 of it, sanding. I ended up going old school and sanding it by hand with a friggin' circle sanding pad because I'm an idiot. I'm really not helping myself out with the tool selection here, but you know, it's not bad. So about this half of the splitter is kind of nicely done. This half is a lot more rough. You can probably pick it up in camera, but I'm kind of over it, you know. Going old school with this in the hand kind of sucks, and I still got a big chunk to finish off here. So what I've done, so let me get the record straight. Okay, let me look at the camera for a second. I don't want you to get the wrong impression here. Let me set the record straight. I know it's the second video on the channel. I don't want you guys coming here expecting quality. Alright, this is backyard engineering. This is jerry rigging stuff. So with that in mind, I've got this. Now you're probably asking yourself, what am I doing with this? So this is a belt slash disc sander combo from Greddy. I use this thing a lot when I was making the canards. Those things, it helped a lot, sanding, getting everything nice and straight and smooth. Unfortunately, somewhere along the way, the belt portion of the sander has given up. I know why, actually. Behind here there's a belt, like an actual belt, looks like a timing belt sort of thing. That belt got shredded because it got caught in something one day, but that's neither here or there. So this part doesn't work, but the disc still works. So I've got it set up. This is a rolling wheel, rolling chair kind of setup. Got the offcut I had from the bigger piece of the splitter. Put that there, boosted it up again with another piece of wood. You know, it's relatively stable. Now, the ingenious idea is this now rolls. you roll it over to the splitter, and look what you've got. The disc portion still works, it rotates, you got movement. Turn that baby on, go all the way around. You know Bob's your uncle. So let me set that up, my ingenious idea, and see how we're going. You know, I'll arguably, if I had the right tools for the job, as with anything, it would have made it a lot easier, but you know, this is what I'm working with. So let's try this out and see if it works. Alright, I think I'm done. You know what? Out of all the dumb ideas I have, which are a lot, I think that's one of the best ones I've ever had. That's nicely... It's really smooth now. It's real nice and consistent. All the way around. Oop, maybe I gotta go over this bit a bit more times. It's nice, I'm happy. It doesn't have to be perfect, you know. It's looking good. Quite happy with that. Alright, let me maybe go over 1 or 2 more times, and then I'll hit it with the router. Let me try to figure out how to use this thing. I've never used a router before. I just know it finishes the edges of wood, so I probably need to watch some YouTube videos, but let's do that. Okay, so the router didn't come with any bits, so I need to go to Bunnings again to get a router bit. I brought a little sample piece with me just so I can get the depth right, but hopefully this is the last time I need to buy anything else.
A few moments later.
Alright team, we are back. I picked up some actual hook and loop backed sanding pads just to finish off the actual flat surface to get ready for paint, and got the router bit kit. So individual router bits, they're like $30–40 a pop, and I wasn't into that, so this whole thing was $17. But most importantly, it's got the 10mm roundover bit, which I think is exactly what I need, because the piece of plywood I'm using is 9mm thick, so hopefully it's the perfect size to just go right in there, round it over nicely so we get a nice finished edge. But let's get back home fit this all in, see how we go. Alright, we're back home. Let's get this thing set up. See how it performs. Alright, so I've got this thing set up. Let me show you how it works, or at least how I think it works. So it's not the most common tool, a router. I certainly never heard of it before a couple months ago. I think, I could be wrong, but if you're not super deep into the woodworking or carpentry sort of thing, you probably would have never heard of one of these, but I think I've got it set up properly. Essentially what it does is, what you do, I've set the guide up, but that little bit in there, if you look underneath, see if I can get this in focus, that will start spinning. It'll eat into the side of the wood pretty much. Do I have the height set correctly? Maybe I don't have the height set correctly. Should be just perfectly in line with it. Yep. So you see how it makes it's a little curved there? That'll make a little rounded edge as you go along. So basically turn that on, use the guide, slide this thing along the edge, and hopefully you get a nice finished edge, which will look nice and pretty. But let me get that set up, and hopefully it works. Okay, first test run on this test piece. That is not what I want. It looks like that was really bad. I think I had it too low. Actually, I just readjusted the height and made it higher. So we'll try again. Alright, so I've got a couple examples. Nothing that great. So this one worked out kind of well, but it ate into the top of the wood, so I had the thing too low. This one, if I can get that, it's nice and flush. But you see the round stops kind of early, so I either got to do it on top and bottom, which I kind of don't want to do. I'll keep playing around with the settings. I think maybe the bit I got was too shallow. I needed a deeper one, but I was not going to shell out like 40 bucks for that. So let me play around with the settings some more and try to fine tune this. Because this honestly is a nice curve, but you can't avoid it. It just eats into the top because the bit is not deep enough. Let's see if I can figure something out. Okay, so here's one of the trial pieces. This one I did both sides. And I think that's more of the look I'm going for. Plus we can just sand this down, make it look better. I think I still want to do some test pieces before I do the actual thing because there's no going back. That looks okay. One thing I have realized is keeping the edge that you're routing stabilized, so having something solid underneath the whole edge, super important, because if this flops around, then you're just going to get inconsistent results. So I'm going to keep practicing before I hit the real thing. Okay, here's a little sample of better test piece. So I brought out a bigger table to try to stabilize the wood more. Hit the top and the bottom, and then finish it up with some sanding. So you can see it's a nice, compared to that, it's a nice rounder edge. Which, I mean, I would really prefer it to be a bit more rounded, but short of shelling out for a deeper router bit, I think this is not bad. I think this will look okay for a front splitter, not too rounded. So I'm probably gonna keep practicing. I probably won't do it today, but I'll practice some more, and then tomorrow we'll come and hit the actual splitter itself.
Perfect.
It's not bad actually. Maybe I will only do the top. You can kind of see the difference here. Nice and rounded. That straight and gross. Maybe I will only do the top. I don't know. It looks okay. Just the top done. Will it look more professional if I do the bottom too? Not really sure. Get a better angle while with this focus. There you go. It's hard to see the curve on the camera, but it does look pretty good in real life. Okay, next little update. I sort of fudged it there. Hopefully hit it with the sander, it'll fix it up. Looks alright. I don't think I'm gonna do the bottom. I'm just gonna do the bottom with the sander. I'll just hit that with some like 120 grit and hopefully it'll be okay, but it looks good, honestly. Yeah, looks pretty good and I'm happy. Let's just hit it with the sander, 120 grit all over, get ready for paint. Alright guys, done for the day. This is how I'm leaving it. Day 2, finished. Nice edge. Done. It's looking good. It's looking good, honestly. Once it's all black, I think it'll look even better, but that's it for today. Tomorrow we will make the mounts. So mount it up. And then after we've got the mounts done, we will paint. But yeah, that's for tomorrow. Okay.